This is CBC Here and Now.
Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. Today's news is coming up, but first, Anthony, you're live on location.
That's right, I'm at the Take Two thrift shop on Rope Walk Lane, reporting live on tonight's show, part of our Access Denied series, Debbie. This is a place that helps workers who have disabilities. It also helps customers who have disabilities. We've got a lot to talk about. That's coming up later, but first, Debbie, back to you with today's news.
Thanks so much, Anthony, and here is what's making news today.
We found out there was no kids in the gym at the time.
A ceiling collapses at Bishop Field Elementary.
There was a gym class just after finishing up.
Attacked in a cab, a taxi driver stands trial on sexual assault charges. They were made to honor the Great War effort.
It's a project of the heart.
Oh, they're looking for a new home.
A record breaker today, and we'll see more records fall tomorrow. However, a sea breeze will bring a temperature drop for some. I'll let you know where, coming up.
Well, parents of students at Bishop Field and St. John's are shocked and shaken after a large piece of the concrete ceiling in the gym crashed to the floor on Monday. No students were there at the time, but questions are now being raised about the safety of the facility. The school is shut down and is not expected to reopen until after Christmas. Here Now's Carolyn Stokes has been speaking with some parents today. She's live outside Bishop Field. Carolyn, what are parents saying?
Well, Debbie, parents have a lot of questions about exactly how this backup plan will work. The 270 students will now have to go to a different school for at least the next couple of months. They'll be sent to the former school for the deaf on Topsail Road. So that's raising a lot of questions about logistics, about busing, and about the future of this old building. But I think perhaps one of the biggest questions parents are asking themselves is, what if? What if my child had been in the gym when that piece of ceiling came crashing to the floor? It is a very scary question to ask. Just have a look at these pictures. A very large concrete chunk of the ceiling just collapsed. The metal mesh that had been holding up the ceiling apparently rusted and gave way. So it's difficult to imagine the kind of injury this could have caused a child or a teacher. It certainly could have killed someone. And we're told the ceiling in much of the school was built in the same way. So an engineer will be collecting samples from parts of the building to determine if the structure is still safe. Students will start class at the former school for the deaf on Tuesday, and until then, parents need to figure out what to do with them.
A Giganosaurus really wants dinner.
7-year-old Damien Nicklausen is enjoying himself today. He gets to stay home and read books with his mom rather than go to school. But he doesn't like the idea of going back to class in a new place.
Little nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Because it's a new school.
Damien loves riding the bus, and soon he'll be spending more time on it. His new school is about 7 kilometers away from Bishop Field. The change is a big concern for his mother, Linda.
It's going to be a much earlier rise and a much earlier bus time that he's going to have to leave, especially with morning traffic going across the Topsail Road.
She says she was shocked to hear that part of the ceiling collapsed and feels more safety inspections should have been done.
The structure should have been checked long before now. If you go into the school, it is an old school, it is an old building. You can see there is wear and tear, there is rundown.
It was a lovely day for a father-son game of one-on-one.
No school.
Brad Stone is chair of the school council, and like other parents, he's thankful Riley wasn't in the gym when the ceiling collapsed and no one was hurt. But he thinks about what could have been.
If they were really lucky, they would have been horribly injured and not killed. I was pretty disturbed.
He's hearing from a lot of parents who are worried about transportation.
There's a lot of concern about the logistics of getting your kid to school. You know, it's only, I mean, it's a 12-minute drive from my house to where the new school is, so it doesn't seem like a lot. But then you take into account, okay, there's kids that used to walk to school. Now they've got to get on the bus. That bus is not going to go from their house directly over to the school for the deaf. They've got stops in between. So is that like a 45-minute drive in the morning, a 45-minute drive at the end of the day? It's a big change.
Yes, a very big change for students, for parents, for teachers, and there's another big logistical nightmare that staff and volunteers need to face right now. All the contents of this building now need to be packed up. So all of the desks, all of the books, all of the smart boards, they need to be packed up, put on a truck, and then sent over to the school for the deaf and then unpacked. It's a big job, and all of that needs to be done before classes resume on Tuesday. Reporting live outside Bishop Field, I'm Carolyn Stokes for Here and Now.
So as we've just heard, a major disruption for all connected to Bishop Field Elementary. Tony Stack is the interim CEO of the Eastern School District. I met up with him at the school this afternoon. Here's our conversation. Mr. Stack, somebody could have been killed here yesterday if anybody had been in that gym. How could this have been allowed to happen?
You're quite right, Debbie. You know, we're very fortunate that there wasn't an injury or worse, and we're certainly counting our blessings today. There's a significant piece of concrete that came down from the ceiling in the gymnasium, and we're very fortunate nobody was there. Our facility staff are in and out of this building frequently, constantly, and there was nothing that gave us any hint that something like that would occur. Obviously, we're very concerned, and that's why we're taking the very serious step of relocating the school community.
So you said, Mr. Stack, that your people are in and back and forth to the school, sizing things up, but exactly what kind of preventative maintenance has been done on this old building?
Speaking with our facilities director today, we were going through some of the various things that have happened in the building over the years. For example, there was a complete electrical upgrade a few years ago. So, you know, there were staff crawling in and out amongst the walls and replacing the existing plumbing that would have been water heating with electrical heating. So we've done that type of project before. The staff are through, our maintenance people are always in the building. There was no hint that we're going to have a sudden ceiling collapse. There was no water evidence. There was no evidence of infiltration like that. And over the years, there's been cracks in ceilings, and those cracks are still there. And like many older buildings, this is a very disturbing situation. And that's why we're taking the move to relocate the students.
I'm just wondering, though, some people, parents in particular, might wonder, was there ever a situation where lack of funds prevented some maintenance being done here?
No, in our hierarchy of needs, obviously life safety is the most paramount need. So, you know, if we notice any type of maintenance deficiency, our staff are on it right away and we rectify the problem. And that has been a long-standing tradition in the school district, and it's how government, our Newfoundland government, expects us to behave. So that is our ongoing principle. There was no indication that something sudden like this was going to occur.
So will anybody be held accountable for a serious safety issue?
Well, as I say, it was unexpected. Protocols were followed. Staff have been in this structure, and now that we're aware of it, we had a structural engineer in yesterday, and the structural engineer indicates to us that we cannot certify it safe for occupancy. Now, the area that the incident occurred in has been isolated, and nobody's allowed in there, and we have essential employees only to assist with the move, and that's what's transpiring over the next few days.
Do you think there's a possibility that Bishop Field will never reopen?
That's not something that we've turned our attention to. Right now, our focus is on the immediacy of the move. It's obviously a complicated process, but not something we're unfamiliar with. We've done this many times in the past. We had the fire in Bay d'Espoir, for example, recently, and we can turn these projects around very quickly and relocate a school population. Obviously, this is a huge inconvenience for the staff, for the students, for the families, not just related to the move, but also with the eventual relocation. We're taking a school out of its a community school out of its community and relocating it elsewhere. So that's not lost on us, and we're going to do everything possible to mitigate the effect of that. But it's we're blessed that nobody was injured, but very cognizant that this is not an easy move.
And as we speak today, Mr. Stack, you are still on schedule, you think, to open next Tuesday at the old school for the deaf?
That is our plan, that is our aim, and all indications from staff are, from our IT, from our facilities people, from our excellent staff that are cooperating with us today, that we can achieve that, yes.
And will you be able to have transportation in place too?
Transportation, the plans are being drawn up now, and we will have some information to communicate by Friday to the parent community. And everyone, our plan is everyone that requires transportation will receive it.
Tony Stack, thank you very much.
Thank you, Debbie.
A young woman told a St. John's court today that she was grabbed and assaulted by her cab driver last year. She was the first witness at the trial for Lolzum or Leon Jacopage. He's on trial for 2 counts of sexual assault. Here now's Ariana Kelland was at Supreme Court this afternoon, and she's joining us live. Ariana, what was it like there today?
Well, Debbie, it was an emotional afternoon for this 24-year-old woman. The court allowed her to testify outside of the courtroom in a nearby room with a camera. Her breathing was heavy as she recounted what she says happened to her on March 31st last year. The woman says she got in this man's citywide taxi after a night downtown drinking with a friend. Everything was fine in the cab at first. She says the driver even withdrew money from her credit card for her at an ATM in Paradise. But when they got to her driveway, she says she was blindsided. She says the driver, who she identified as Lolzum Jacopage, grabbed her by the neck and, quote, shoved his tongue down my mouth, end quote. He didn't let go, she says, until she pushed him off. She got inside her house and quickly locked the door. Now, the defense did cross-examine the woman this afternoon, questioning how much she had to drink, and asked if the driver tried to follow her inside the house. The woman says the cabbie did not and that he drove away. Now, this is just the first witness in what's expected to be a 7-day trial. Another woman alleges she was sexually assaulted by Jacopage and will also testify. He already has a conviction of break and enter after following a female passenger inside her home. Reporting live for Here and Now, I'm Ariana Kelland.
It's been 24 hours since Ches Crosby announced he wants to lead the Tories, but it's not his policy ideas that have people talking. Crosby surprised reporters yesterday by admitting that 24 years ago he failed to provide a breath sample after police suspected him of drinking and driving. He lost his license and paid a fine. Crosby said he regrets the incident and offered an apology. He says he wants to bring integrity back into politics, and that's why he disclosed the information. There is more ferry trouble on the Fogo Island run. The MV Veteran is out of service again. Late this afternoon, the Transportation Department confirmed the boat is tied up at Fogo Island. Technicians are working to diagnose a mechanical issue. For now, the Beaumont Hamel will cover the Fogo Island Change Islands run. The sighting of a possible meteorite over the Southside Hills of St. John's has sparked a lot of interest, including at least one group of meteorite hunters who went out in search of it. Justin Foley says he and a few friends are science fiction and geology enthusiasts, so they decided it would be fun to head to Fort Amherst to see if they could find out what exactly fell from the sky on Monday night. In the end, they went home empty-handed, but it did give them an idea.
We're toying with the idea of possibly making a show that, just chases all these weird things, whether it's meteorites or UFOs or ghosts or, local fairy folklore. I mean, it's fun. You love a mystery, right? I think the worst thing that we found out there was animal droppings that we couldn't quite recognize. So that was a little bit, what is that? Should we be continuing in this direction?
That's not what I was expecting him to say. He found animal droppings, but it would have been so cool if they did find something from up there.
And you never know, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a hiker will come across it. Never say never.
Yeah. What a day we had today, Ryan.
I'm sure every single person said the same thing. If you had a chance to get it at lunch, it was a tough walk back to the building.
True.
Just to have a look at some of these temperatures as we look at our new records today. We set records anywhere from Cape Race to Hopedale, and everywhere in between these that are highlighted in orange are new station records. Now, some of these weather stations haven't been online that long, but some of them have been online quite a long time. And in fact, these are some of the most impressive. How about that Cape Race weather station? It has been operational since 1921. Never have we had an October 25th this warm at that weather station. 30s, 40s for Cartwright, Hopedale. Those stations have been online a long time. Same thing with Stephenville, 1942, that station has been online, never an October 25th quite this warm. So some impressive numbers certainly there. Tomorrow, more impressive in terms of the warmth that's going to be returning. A little bit cooler in those sea breezes for the metro region down towards the Burin and the south coast. And do watch for some morning fog on the roads and as you work your way towards your destination tomorrow morning. We'll talk more about tomorrow's setup and a look at the next couple days in just a few minutes. Now, let's go back to Anthony Germain at Take Two, the thrift store. Mr. Germain, you'll pretty much do anything to get out of the studio on a day like this, wouldn't you?
Well, when you forecast record-breaking temperatures like you did, what do you expect?
Yeah,
I'm taking a look just outside the shop here. You can see a beautiful sunset, golden sky as I look towards the west. So yeah, it's always good to get out. So I take my cues from you. Of course, I'm here, as I mentioned earlier in the show, as part of our Access Denied series. We're going to be reporting live from this location. I'll give you more details on that in just a bit. But first, we want to start with the whole idea of planning when it comes to accessibility. The CBC's Ramona Deering takes us downtown St. John's now, to downtown St. John's, to visit the offices of Husky Energy.
You won't see this truck very often in downtown St. John's. Thomas Rogers usually finds he can't get very far. But today is different. He's here to check out the Husky Energy offices.
If I was an employee, then, like lunchroom, bathroom, those things would be paramount of my concerns.
First, he's got to get there. But the Blue Zone parking space doesn't have a curb cut. He has to brave traffic to find one. Finally, he's at the Husky Energy offices. And right away, it's easier. Same thing in the inner sanctum on the upper floors.
All right, and we're going to go to the right.
Margaret Allen is Husky Energy's Regulatory Affairs Manager, and today, a proud guide.
So TJ, this is our office space.
Every floor has a different color.
The color on this floor is turquoise, and our wayfinding system is turquoise.
So what's the purpose of that?
The idea is that every floor has a different color, and for people with visual difficulties, there's a glazing along the glass in the entranceways where we came in, and the idea is that this says we're on the 11th floor. So once you learn the color codes, because all the floors look a bit alike.
Another feature, the height of every desk is adjustable.
Yes. Oh, barely.
Yeah, as I said, these are all soft, open, soft, closed doors, so they don't bang.
Next, a meeting room.
So nice spaces around the table, and nice distance to see the screens.
Easy to maneuver around here.
Yeah, good.
Husky has incorporated many features of universal design, which is all about making a space usable for everyone, no matter their age, size, or whether they have a disability.
This is the view of the harbour, Colleen.
Explain that.
The right to light?
Yeah.
So our designers, so if you look out there, you can see that lovely view of the harbour. The idea is that as much light as we can get into the spaces where everybody enjoys that light is the concept.
You can see all of downtown's landmarks, pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. We're very lucky.
Oh, you are lucky to work here.
Yeah.
Washrooms tend to be a huge problem for people who use wheelchairs. Not this one.
So this is our lovely kitchen,
where Rogers identifies an issue.
I can turn it on and off, or use the hose. I can even reach down to plug it. But say if I want to wash my hands, I'm not at a comfortable angle to be able to rinse or wash my hands properly, because there is no way to get under the sink because of the cabinets.
So this is the sink I was mentioning.
The sink at the nearby coffee station illustrates the difference. Time for the final assessment.
I was very impressed with your building. And it was nice to see you take pride in the fact that you went out of your way to make your workspace accessible to any person of any ability to work for you.
We're very lucky. We had a new space to work within, so that makes a huge difference. So you're starting with a kind of blank slate, so you have lots of opportunity to get things right.
Other than a couple of little minor things, overall this building's perfect. Like, it was lovely meeting you.
It was great meeting you too. Yeah, it's always a pleasure
You're a hoot.
to have you and have our space looked at from a new perspective.
Ramona Deering, CBC News, St. John's.
Now, you heard about that blank slate mentioned there in Ramona's report. Was it worth it? Did it cost Husky a small fortune? Well, Margaret Allen says working with a new building actually made it easier to incorporate certain features such as door openers, and that actually made it less expensive than it would be if they had to do a total retrofit if that had been required. Now, coming up after the break, we're going to continue our coverage here live at the Take Two thrift shop, and I'm going to introduce you to a woman who works here, but for years she was too afraid to even leave her house. Stay tuned. As part of our Access Denied continuing coverage, we decided to come here to the Take Two thrift shop on Rope Walk Lane to show you a place that not only helps shoppers and customers who have disabilities, but also hires people with disabilities. And I want to introduce you to one of those people right now. Hello.
Hi.
And you are?
Margaret Hurt.
Now, Margaret, I know that you're not shy when it comes to talking about your disability, so what do you want to say about it?
Well, my disability, I do have depression and anxiety. I was diagnosed back in 1986, going back a long time. But lately, now I'm on the right kind of medication. I get the right psychiatrist that's helping me, and I'm helping myself. And ever since I got through Empower, I got a job in June 24th. And I love it here.
Now, I'll be talking about Empower in just a moment. But in your case, for many, many years, you could not get a job, right?
No, every time I was getting a job, I was probably getting laid off or actually sleeping in or lose my job because of my sleeping patterns and all that stuff. And
so you were missing work? Or
missing lots of work all the time or anxiety. I would not get out of bed.
So what changed?
What changed? I had to change myself. If I didn't have to change myself, I wouldn't be where I'm to today, like take my medication and all that stuff.
Right, and so you work here. Obviously, you've been working here for a little while. What's the work like here?
Well, the work here is very good. I really love it here. There's sorting clothes and taking out, serving customers too, and washing up the dishes and pricing clothes and
all that stuff, right?
All that stuff.
And you mentioned to me when we were talking about this earlier that there was a very, very long time you couldn't even leave the house, right?
No, I couldn't because I was in my shell, basically.
Right. So what has working here meant to you in your life right now?
Working here meant that I'm getting my life back and I'm getting my voice.
Right. Well, listen, I'm going to talk to you again at the end of our special coverage. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Now, we're going to talk to Margaret again at towards the end of Here and Now tonight, but I want to introduce you to two other people, and we'll start with Kimberly. Kimberly, what do you do here?
I'm the Executive Director of Empower, and this is a social enterprise that we started.
Right. And the goals of this store, other than selling stuff, are?
Well, we want to fundraise for Empower to support our services, but we also want to give people that have a disability an opportunity to work and also customers an opportunity to come to a place that's accessible.
Right. So you're satisfied with a worker like Margaret over here?
You know what? People just want to be involved. They want to work. They want to make a living. They want to volunteer. And that's what we do. We give people that have a disability an opportunity to do just that.
All right. And I want to make sure that I get time for you because I know that you are very important to our coverage tonight. And you are?
Jillian Spurgeon. I'm the HR coordinator at Telelink Response Center.
All right. What does Telelink do?
Telelink, we do a lot of different things. We're a traditional inbound answering service, and we also specialize in live safety services and work alone.
And you have a percentage of people who have disabilities, right, at Telelink?
Yeah, we have about 10% of our employees are from persons with disabilities.
What would you say to people who wonder, do people with disabilities, are they a drain on the resources when a company wants to do some hiring?
Absolutely not. Some of our most loyal, dedicated, and talented employees have come from our partner programs.
And I understand that Telelink has actually been recognized because you've hired so many people with disabilities. Is that right?
Yeah, our partner program, CCRW, just recognized us for our involvement in hiring employees with disabilities.
What have you noticed when you've actually convinced a manager or boss to hire somebody with a disability? Have you seen people say, wow, I'm really surprised I didn't think this was going to work out?
There's no convincing to anybody at Telelink because of the track record, and it's proven that we've hired reliable and talented employees.
Okay. Well, listen, I want to thank you both for your time, and we'll keep covering the story. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's it for this section, but stay tuned because coming up after the break in about 15 minutes, I'm going to introduce you to two people who are like bridges between companies that are looking for workers and workers with disabilities who are looking for work. That's coming up.
Up next, the story of these special Newfoundland quilts that have been around the world but are now looking for a home back home.
By the Take Charge Business Efficiency Program. Over 400 businesses have saved energy and taken charge of their bottom line. Find out how you can too.
And welcome back again. We're still talking about the nice weather, but before we get the full look at it, you have something to show us.
Well, take your pick, Debbie. Florida or Newfoundland?
Oh, do I have to choose?
Yeah. Well, I think probably over the long term, over the next couple months, Florida's probably going to win this batch. But today, a very nice day here. And how about those temperatures in Florida? Yeah, 21 in Orlando today. 21 was the high in Deer Lake, Badger, and also Makkovik along the north coast of Labrador. So, yeah, just a crazy kind of an old weather pattern where we have this big southerly push of air coming up into our neck of the woods. And you can see current temperatures. It's still 18 in Makkovik at 6 o'clock on October the 25th. Some very, very impressive warmth. The 19 in Happy Valley Goose Bay still at this hour. It's still 20 degrees in Corner Brook and Badger. It's cooled off in St. John's, and that's kind of setting the stage for tomorrow, where winds are going to be shifting to a little more southeasterly, a bit more of a sea breeze on the go for tomorrow. All of this rain, up to 100 millimeters possible in New Brunswick, and that stream is moving up into Labrador City with some showers and periods of rain tonight and through tomorrow, but nothing quite like that. That system really kind of raining itself out over southern areas. And thanks to this area of high pressure that's keeping the sunshine on the menu across the island, that system doesn't really move all that much over the next 24 hours. It continues to stall out over basically western parts of Labrador. Again, the heaviest rains well to the south, but certainly a damp looking forecast for you folks over the next 24 hours. By Thursday afternoon, you can see around this high, it's a bit more of a southeasterly flow across the Avalon, southeastern parts of Newfoundland, keeping temps a bit cooler. As we roll into Friday, that cloud extends a bit further inland. I do think we'll still see some sun breaks in the mix across central and western parts of Newfoundland and even southeastern Labrador. But that low will start to creep in a little bit further, and we'll see some showers into the later parts of the day for the southwest coast and possibly by evening for places like Corner Brook and Happy Valley Goose Bay. So there are those showers in Labrador City for tomorrow morning. Pretty quiet for most, some drizzle for the Straits, drizzle along the south coast, and fog patches on the go for your drive across the Avalon, central Newfoundland, and up towards the northern peninsula and southeastern Labrador, so do keep that in mind. Note temperatures tomorrow ranging from 12 and 11 degrees along the coast, but I think places like CBS, shielded from that southeast flow, will be as warm as 15, 16 degrees. Whitburn, Holyrood, inland areas of the Avalon will be seeing temperatures similar to what Clarenville will see tomorrow, even warmer for the interior. Gander, Grand Falls, Windsor, Humber Valley, Corner Brook, Stephenville, back flirting with 20 degrees yet again. Drizzle for Port aux Basques, but get your way into the Codroy Valley. Smooth sailing tomorrow with sunshine on the menu. Into Labrador, again, some drizzle in the Straits, Mary's Harbour, Cartwright. Chance of a shower in Makkovik, but primarily the wet stuff is from Nain back through Churchill Falls and into Labrador City. And as I mentioned for Friday, I think the clouds are a little more dominant. Again, places like Gander, but some sunshine into the afternoon. Grand Falls, Windsor towards Corner Brook. And again, that system basically stalling itself out over western Labrador, which will be the wet spot on Friday. What does the weekend hold? Well, I'll let you know. Walk you right through to your Halloween forecast in just a few minutes, Debbie.
Thanks, Ryan. To Corner Brook now, where the countdown is on to the Scotiabank Hockey Day in Canada event that's coming up in January. Big names making appearances include Don Cherry and Ron McLean, as well as former All-Stars Wendell Clark, Brian Trottier, and Lanny McDonald. There are many lead-up events taking place before the big day, January 20th, including getting your picture taken with the Stanley Cup. Well, quilts stitched together by a St. John's group to commemorate this province's role in the First World War are now looking for a place to stay. In the past year and a half, they've toured the world. But after Thursday, they need a place to call home. Here now's Jeremy Eaton with that story.
Each quilt tells a story, one 26-centimeter square at a time. The piece-by-piece quilted Memories of Newfoundland in the Great War project started in 2014. Quickly growing bigger than these quilters could have imagined.
It's a project of the heart, and people who have used their quilt block to tell a story have been so grateful to us, and people who have come to view the quilts have also thanked us profoundly.
These works are well traveled. One has completed the Trail of the Caribou, 2 were shown at Beaumont Hamel last summer, 2 more at Vimy Ridge. They spent time in Cornerbrook and Toronto. There's even a book telling the tale behind the stitched story of each quilt.
Every step of the way, we've all shed tears as we've done different parts of the process, and knowing that other people have felt the feelings that it generated in us when people view it and they see the quilts and they read the book and they read the stories, it also elicits all those emotions in them as well.
Right now, they are showing in the annex next to the Admiralty House in Mount Pearl. But that show ends on Thursday afternoon, meaning this could be the last time all 17 are in the same room together.
We have been negotiating to find a permanent solution for the quilts so that they can be on display always for people to see, but we can't at this point in time tell you if our efforts are successful.
It's part of our history. If we don't keep remembering these things, how can we make changes? If we don't learn from what we've accomplished so far, I think they'll always be a teaching tool. They'll always have a connection to people.
The quilters hope that these stories stitched together will find a permanent home to avoid a labor of love from being boxed up and put away. Jeremy Eaton, CBC News, Mount Pearl.
We often hear fishermen complaining about what's not going right, but this year in Triton, a lot of fishermen say it was one of the best seasons ever. See a lot of cod this year?
Yeah, cod was really good. It was an awesome summer on the water.
Going to wind down our special live coverage in our Access Denied series here at the Take Two Thrift Shop on Rope Walk Lane. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to introduce you to 2 women who really act as bridges between companies that are looking for people with disabilities and people with disabilities who are looking for work. So I'll introduce you to these 2 people. You are?
Shelley Andrews. I'm an employment counselor with Avalon Employment here in St. John's.
And what does Avalon Employment do?
We provide employment services to individuals with intellectual disabilities.
So you're dealing principally with people who might be on the spectrum or people with Down syndrome, or what's the list?
Yes, it could be any range of those disabilities. Intellectual, generally below 70 IQ, autism, Down syndrome, as you pointed out. So anyone that is facing within our mandate that are looking for paid employment in our community.
And one of the things we've tried to do in our series and coverage is point out that there are lots of solutions, and there has been a change. There are more companies hiring people with disabilities. How many companies have you managed to place people with? Maybe you can name a few.
We have been very successful, actually. We have had great relationships with national chains like Staples, Shoppers Drug Mart, Cineplex, as well as local businesses. We've very successful with 2 senior complexes, Cambridge Estates, North Pond Lodge in Torbay, as well as Big Goods has been a fantastic employer, as well as other small mom and pop shops around the city.
I'm going to ask you how you actually, I'm going to get you to convince me into a sales job on me as a boss in just a moment. But first, though, I want to introduce our next guest, and you are?
Kathy Hawkins. I'm with Empower. I manage Inclusion NL, Employer Support Services.
All right. And so what does that mean? What do you do?
Well, we provide supports to businesses who are interested in building their disability confidence and increasing their accessibility and their inclusion in their workplace. So we actually work with businesses to help support them to become more accessible, to become more inclusive, and we do that through a number of different programs and services.
Well, Kathy, let me ask you this. It's difficult enough for a person who has no disability to find work in an economy like ours these days. Does that make your job even more difficult?
I would say not, because whenever we talk to employers, lots of times they have gaps and labor shortage gaps. So we work with them to make sure that they increase their accessibility, and then we work with our community partners like Avalon Employment to link the business owner with people who are interested in looking for work. So I wouldn't necessarily say that there's a harder job out there for people with disabilities. I think the key is to make sure that we get to the businesses and diminish the gaps.
Okay, so let's say I'm a boss. I think I might be interested in hiring somebody with a disability, but I'm not convinced. In a speed dating kind of way, give you 45 seconds, convince me why I should hire somebody with a disability.
Lower turnover rates. It's been proven that the individuals that are employed that have a disability have loyalty. And their loyalty, they're so happy and proud to be employed by that particular business, and they just want to work.
Okay.
Increase in bottom line. Absolutely, businesses increase their profits by being inclusive employers. We actually know that Canadians with disabilities have a purchasing power of well over $50 billion, and businesses recognize that as a key profit that they want to tap into.
All right, profit, low turnover, both very attractive things for business. Thank you very much for being part of our coverage tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Now, before I get back to Debbie back in the studio, I want to come back to this darling who's been here all night with us here with our special coverage and give Margaret the last word. A tough question for you, Margaret. Some people watching tonight might think, you know what, I don't want to take a risk on somebody with a disability, somebody like you. What would you say to them?
I would tell them that they should take a risk, because anyone with a disability, they can work and they do not give up.
Margaret, it's been a real pleasure. It's an honor talking to you. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
All right, that's Margaret Hart. Debbie, it's been a good evening here at the Take Two Thrift Shop on Rope Walk Lane. I've learned a lot, met some interesting people, and I hope we've given some people watching here and now tonight something to think about.
You certainly have. Those guests were wonderful, wonderful points of view. Thanks a lot, Anthony. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Okay, I'm going to go pick out something to wear tomorrow now.
Okay. Up next, find out what legendary musician Miles Goodwin, the founder of the legendary band April Wine, thinks of the Toutons he tried in St. John's today. Well, let's meet our young athlete of the day. This is Ty Collins of Hare Bay. He's an energetic 7-year-old. Ty loves playing hockey with the Bay to Bay Icebreakers in Centerville.
He also enjoys skating with the Frosty Figure Skating Club, where he is enrolled in the Can Skate program. Great job. You're today's young athlete of the day, Ty.
He's working on his skating skills. That Can Skate, a lot of hockey players went through those programs.
For sure.
Got to know how to skate.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, no question. Okay, so I showed you this picture earlier today. In fact, Debbie was busy doing something. I said, stop what you're doing. Look at this picture right now. There's actually 2 snaps, and
isn't that great?
Oh man. Jim Hart with the magic touch on the pictures, because these are tough snaps to get. One after the other. It looks like this tuna jumping out of the water, then just before it goes back in. You and I were trying to speculate, how big do you think that tuna is?
They're in the hundreds of pounds, we're told. It's kind of hard with that seagull. You can't get quite the perspective, but it could be hundreds of pounds.
For sure. Anyway, if you want to have a closer look at this picture, I've shared it on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, so you can go and have a closer look there. As I mentioned on social media, there's my Facebook page. Thanks, Roddy. As I mentioned today, I think that tuna was just trying to enjoy the beautiful weather, jumping out of the water to see all about this beautiful, beautiful stuff we were looking at across most of the province today. Just the showers in Labrador City, warm across the Maritimes as well. And again, thanks to that southerly stream, which has been moving in from the south, periods of rain at times heavy across the northeast parts of the U.S. and New Brunswick today. Those showers for Labrador City continuing tonight, and a chance for Churchill Falls, but again, really running into this dry air as we move as far east as Happy Valley, Goose Bay, and across southeastern parts of Labrador. Thursday afternoon, it's another nice one across the island. Just note that southeasterly flow that will keep temperatures cooler in places like St. John's, the southern shore, the southeast coast, the Burin. Work your way inland. We're back into the mid-teens tomorrow, and high teens to 20s for central and western parts of Newfoundland. Those showers again for Labrador City. That area of high pressure will continue to be a player for Friday. Winds still continue in from the east-northeast as we move into the Friday afternoon time period, so even a little bit cooler for Metro. Rain from the Labrador City region late day into the southwest coast. But for the most part, it's another dry day across the island. Clouds a little bit thicker than tomorrow for central parts of Newfoundland. And again, with that little more of an east flow, temperatures are going to be just a bit cooler. Still into the mid-teens, though. Warmer than what we should be for this time of year, for sure. By the time we get to Saturday, this front kind of runs out of steam as it moves in, but certainly enough for some drizzle and shower chances. Corner Brook into central parts of Newfoundland. Just some patchy drizzle with mainly cloudy skies for St. John's and the northeast coast, though cool. 1 in Labrador City. The all-important setup for the long range, and you can see that front just kind of disappears as this area of high pressure moves overhead. More sun in the mix for Sunday. As we move into the Monday time period, watching this system moving in from the west. It's all about timing. We're still quite a few days away, in fact 5 days away, but the forecast models are trying to bring a system through on Tuesday, which happens to be Halloween. So keeping a very close eye on the track of that system, but it does look like we may see some showers in the mix for Tuesday, at least at this point, and then a clear out on Wednesday. But again, a couple days away. That said, it wouldn't be Halloween in Western Labrador without a little bit of snow in the mix, right? So that's the forecast as of now, but we'll of course keep you posted. And that is the forecast to now, Debbie.
In remote communities like Sheshatshiu, wheelchair users face a unique set of challenges. There are no sidewalks and many of the roads are not paved. 21-year-old Philip Nuna has used a wheelchair his entire life, but he doesn't use those obstacles as an excuse to slow down. He spoke with the CBC's Bailey White.
There's nothing hard, anything's possible, and whatever they can do, they can do. Because I think that's what they just need, is a little encouragement. Because every now and then I hear people, it's been a struggle living a different life than others. Because they feel like they're not normal.
What keeps you positive?
Everything. everything what I do, everything that's around me, everything I see, every life that I see around, like butterflies and all that, everything keeps me positive.
And he seems like he gets around pretty well, and he's pretty independent in most ways. How do you feel when you see him out and about?
I'm really happy for him when he goes out. I always tell Philip, even though he's in a wheelchair, he can still do whatever I do or whatever other people can do. I always encourage him. Like, just because he's in a wheelchair doesn't mean he doesn't have to live or do stuff. I always tell him he can do anything once he puts his mind to.
Well, still with our Access Denied series, earlier this week we talked about an app that could help those who are visually impaired. Well, there's another piece of technology out there that could also be useful. The CNIB gave us a demonstration of the Pen Friend labeling system. It's a lower-tech gizmo that has many uses around the house. It makes audio labels instead of printed words. You record a voice memo.
Campbell's vegetable soup.
Then, anytime you touch the device to the label, that voice memo plays again. Well, our colleagues at the St. John's Morning Show brought together two musical legends this morning. Miles Goodwin, the singer and songwriter who formed April Wine back in the 1970s, is touring the province. And musician and author Alan Doyle is also on tour promoting his latest book, A Newfoundlander in Canada. Both happen to be in St. John's today, and that's where they spoke with morning show hosts Chrissy Holmes and Jamie Fitzpatrick.
Coming here since 71 or 2, I'm not sure. I've been sworn in as a, official Newfoundlander, I guess they call it. Well, the screech and the kiss the cod and all of that stuff. Did that with I think it was the Chamber of Commerce. It was an official event years ago, and I got the Southwestern, which I still have. And that was pretty cool. And, and I love the food here. You just mentioned tastes of Newfoundland. Sure. And I love cod tongues and scruncheons. I love scruncheons so much. And they're so good for you, too.
That's right, exactly.
Just like taking vitamins, those little pieces of fat,
Fantastic.
But anyway, I did have something I've never had before this morning. I never heard of it, and I hope I pronounce it right. Towton?
Towton.
Yeah, Towtons.
And I've never had it before.
How did you have it?
With molasses.
Okay. That's good.
No.
Didn't dig it?
I didn't dig it.
It's too much of a good thing.
It's too much of a good thing. It's like a fist of dough.
They were designed to have one in April, and then you're good until good until September.
Yeah, that's right. If you go into the wilderness, have at least one with you in case you get lost.
Well, still with music, a little sadder note, of course. One of the people who helped invent rock and roll has died. Antoine Domino Jr. was known as Fats Domino. He recorded his signature song a few years into his career.
I found my thrill.
Fats Domino was born in New Orleans in 1928. During his lifetime, he sold 110 million records. He died of natural causes at the age of 89. And another passing to tell you about. The actor who played Benson is dead. Robert Guillaume was 89. Well, Guillaume started playing Benson on the 70s TV show Soap, and then the character landed his own spin-off. And he captured a new audience in the 90s when he played Rafiki the Monkey in Disney's The Lion King.
All right, our beautiful viewer picture of the day comes to us from Western Newfoundland. Guess where this sunrise was shot? The answer after the break. All right, our viewer picture. What was your guess, Debbie?
Oh, it's so beautiful. I guess Woody Point, another of our colleagues from the West Coast at Lark Harbor, I believe.
Very close. We're right down into the Corner Brook region, and this picture was taken in Summerside by Carol Butler.
That's just beautiful. Look at the colors. Was that a sunrise? Or
Sunrise,
do you know?
yes.
Wow, so calm.
Yeah, absolutely.
How novel.
Yeah, it's always a rarity here.
Anyway, that's another dandy, and thank you for sending in the picture. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Good night.